been a long day. I've spent all day in a crawl space putting up lights. It's a new construction build, and the homeowner wanted lights in the crawl space, so that's what we did. I'm willing to bet you that I've crawled over 2 miles today, and it's all been on gravel. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty well covered in gravel dust. The heels of my hands are a little beat up. I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. I'll throw up some pictures of that crawl space, and maybe a video of it. But I woke up this morning to a bunch of comments from, a lot of people hating on the squat everyday thing. There's a lot of different avenues to go into within discussing this, and my parents are coming down the driveway. I hear them now, so I guess I'm gonna cut this off and probably change clothes and help them pack in some groceries and stuff. Then I may come back out here later tonight and finish this out and hit the workout later. But yeah, that's their car coming down the drive, so I'm gonna go help them pack in groceries, and I'll be back out here after I change clothes and talk to them for a little bit. So I'll catch y'all then. All right, we are back. I guess I'm gonna start this off with the idea that, if I have to explain this to you, you're probably not going to get it. If you can't look at it and see what I'm doing, and you can't, sort of connect with me through that, then me explaining it to you, you're probably not going to understand it to the degree that I do. And that may fall on me for just not being as clear with the intention behind all of this. But either way, haters are gonna hate, no matter what you do. I remember when I first started running, people will call you stupid for going to run. It'll be 95 degrees on a summer day, and there you go, in the middle of the afternoon, the hottest part of the day, all sweaty and miserable, and somebody sees you and they're like, dude, you're stupid for going out there. And it scales. They may think you're stupid for running 2 miles, but if you're a consistent 4 to 5 miler, then you may look at somebody running marathons and you may put them down. You may say, well, that's stupid to run that far. There's no point in running that far. And some marathoners may look at ultra marathoners, people who run 100 to 200 mile races, and the same argument can be made there. There's no reason to run 200 miles. It's not good for your body, this and that. But no matter at what level you take to, you're gonna face hate. There's always gonna be abrasion, and it doesn't bother me. I could really care less. But I think sometimes people are, genuinely, asking why I do this. And so I wanted to get that out of the way. There's gonna be hate at no matter what level you do, and no matter what you do. If you're a trades worker like I am, people are going to look down on you for having to work the dirty jobs and spend your life doing manual labor. A lot of people will tell you to you want to move up in the chain, get a corporate job, but then then you're at a desk. You may be in air conditioning all day, but you're at a desk dealing with numbers and a very high stress job there. You know, there's you give and take from every position that you go to in life, and that's, you know, really all I have to say about that. And there's always going to be an outside perspective. Gosh, I'm sore. But to the guys that say this is pointless, I wholeheartedly disagree with you. I want to throw it out there that, you know, I've set PRs in this squat everyday journey. So before you tell me that I will never get stronger, you're wrong. I've set PRs in this. And another thing, I consider myself to be an advanced lifter. I'm 150 pounds. My best back squat is 370 pounds. Best front squat is 300 pounds. I have a bench PR of 255 pounds at like 147. You know, I was the state champ from high school powerlifting meets. None of my training has really been programmed. All of my training has been, you know, I go by feel. I've never ran a program. I do what I want to. And it's nice training that way. So before anybody tells me that, you know, I'm not going to progress, I have progressed by not following a program, and, you know, everything I've done has pretty well been self-designed. I come in here and I fill things out. If I wake up in the morning and I tell myself I want to do volume, well, then I'll come out here and do sets of 10 or 20. Or if I want to put in a bunch of volume at heavyweight, then I do, you know, 6, 7, 8 sets of 3. If I just want to see what's in the tank, I work up to a heavy double or just a single for the day. But on the subject of being an advanced lifter, after a certain point, your numbers don't scale linearly. I don't know how to say that. Your progression will not be linear. You know, when you first get into the gym, you know, you may run a program for 3 months and see X amount of pounds gained on your lifts. Run it for another 3 to 6 months, see another incremental gain on numbers. But after a certain point, after you become an advanced lifter, you go a very long time without PRs. You don't, you know, just stack on so many pounds every year. I don't feel like I should have to explain this to people. You know, you first get into the gym and you may set 4 PRs within a year. But you take somebody who's been training for 25 years, they may set 1 PR every 2 years. You know, it takes a lot more training to peak, and there's so many variables within that too. But if you take your body on a scale, and when you start down here, all this progress is very easy to make. But once you get close to near top performance, you know, you're at your ceiling for that given time or whatever. And so I consider myself to be a fairly advanced lifter. I feel that I put out pretty good numbers. You know, I'm, like I said, 150 pounds. I just took 275 for a set of 20 probably a week ago. I'm not saying I'm, you know, some world-class lifter, but those are above average numbers. 255 bench, 370 squat, 315 for a max set of 10, 275 for 20. Got a 400-pound deadlift. I can jump up on the bar and do 20 pull-ups. I can go run at least a sub 8-minute mile. Probably sub 7:30 if, you know, I spent probably 2 weeks trying to get into that. Heck, I may be able to hit a sub 7:30 right now. So, I'm a fairly advanced lifter. I've been training personally for probably like 8 or 9 years now. I'm 19 years old. I'll be turning 20 next month. Yeah, I've been training since probably about 11 years old, 11 or 12. And at that point, it just started with push-ups, sit-ups, some curls, and throughout the years, it has progressed, to different things. Unproductive. That's another thing I see. Unproductive. I wholeheartedly disagree with you on this as well. The amount of discipline and daily commitment that this requires, it has a monumental benefit in my day-to-day life. Just being able, I don't know how many people can say that they've done something for X amount of days in a row, and that X amount actually be a large amount of days. A lot of people, oh, I did this for 20 days. I did this diet or whatever for 30 days. Well, I have squatted every day for almost 500 days. So at the very least, I have been committed. I've been disciplined. I've pushed through hard times. I have, foregone adversity. I could go all night on this tangent. Let me get some water. And the carryover from those different things into my day-to-day life makes a huge difference. If I know that I've got a busy afternoon, but I have a 2-hour window to squat, then I may come home from work, and a lot of people sit down on the couch and watch TV when they get off of work. I don't watch TV. I keep myself busy enough and productive enough with doing other things that I simply don't have time to watch TV. And I don't feel like I'm missing out because, I thoroughly enjoy my day-to-day life. I'm just a busybody. I'm a busy person. I've got a lot of things that, I like to do, and just chores and whatnot. Helping hold up my part around the house. I don't really have time to lounge around. So, if I didn't work out on a given day, I could come home, basically watch TV and eat until it was time for bed, then go to bed, just wake up the next day and kind of repeat it. With something like this, I don't have to question it. I know when I wake up in the morning that I'm going to squat that afternoon. It's a no-brainer. So, I get off of work, and then I'm looking for my opportunity to train, and then I get that out of the way, and then I got to worry about a shower or whatever, else around the house needs to be done. But I know that I'm going to dedicate this amount of time to this. And I'll argue, as long as I'm doing squat every day, I'm going to argue that this is productive. It may not be the most productive thing for, progress and gains, but, excuse me, it proves again and again to be very, very productive in the way that it reflects in my day-to-day life and my habits outside of this. This is why lifting and running is, such a life changer for so many people, is that they get into it and they enjoy pushing themselves and they develop good habits from it. They, start going to bed earlier to get better sleep and recover better. They may decide to, eat cleaner clean up their diet a little bit so that they see better results in the gym. They may spend a little less time on the video games and TV so that they have more time to train. And before you know it, they've completely turned their life around from somebody that was on a downward spiral to now somebody that, goes to the gym, is in good shape, takes care of themselves. That's going to reflect at their job as well. Now they're excited to go home. They have something to look forward to after a work day. Don't try to tell me that it's not productive. There's a lot of benefits to something like this. And like I said, if I have to sit down and break this down to you, me and you probably are not on the same page to start with. I don't want to be blunt, but that's just the truth of the matter. If you can't look at an ultra runner and understand why they would want to run 150, 200 mile race, then you'll never completely see eye to eye with him. What else is there? Killing my games. Actually, I guess this will be the last thing I'm going to talk about. Von Durick, I watched his video today. He was, he started the squat every day thing. But he mentioned that his programming is very inconsistent in the fact that he's a shift worker. Through the course of a week, he may train at 5 different times of the day. One day he may be out here at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. The next day, it may be 10:30 at night before he gets to go out to the garage. He's a shift worker, so he'll work a night shift one night, spend a few days working day shift and like seconds, and then have to swap back over to nights. And it's very, very hard to regulate eating and recovery and sleep because there's no consistency there. And me personally, I feel the same. Some days at my job are very, very demanding. Through the summer, I could be in the air conditioning, putting in receptacles inside all day long, or I could spend 6 hours in a 130 degree attic with a 30-pound tool belt on pulling wire. The demand changes from day to day, and some days, like Yvonne said, we can't come out here and be strong when the program calls for us to be strong. That's just not how the human body works with so many variables in play. So auto-regulate. Come out here, and if you feel good and the body is free, like Yvonne says, crack down and enjoy. But if things are tight and restricted and you're sore and there's different measurements to read by, well, take it easy. Don't push hard that day. And I want to add that not every day is a hard training day for me. Let me do a dead hang real quick to decompress my back since I've been in a crawl space hunched over all day. Man, that's amazing. Man. There it was. Excuse me again. As an advanced lifter, I struggle to see. Oh, I got 225 on here. That one's heavy. I'm gonna hit this cold for the video. But as a somewhat advanced lifter, you cannot tell me that doing this on an off day at most 20 reps of 135. I mean, that's completely cold, no warm up, no stretching. This is essentially play weight for me. I don't say that to brag. But 135 is like so minute in the amount of weight that my legs could actually handle, that I don't see how that's going to hurt my progress. Doing that for 10 reps is, next to nothing. If that was the case, then we should simply train, and then we should lay in bed and not get up until the next training session. Because, going for a walk out the door and going to work, it may hurt your recovery, man. So, it's best to just lay in bed so that you can be recovered for your next training session. I put this in a comment, I guess it may have been sometime today or yesterday, but the body adapts. You look at different construction workers in like big cities, or in just, there's so many jobs where people are walking up and down flights of stairs every day. Maybe their living quarters are on the top floor of an apartment. Firefighters running up and down the stairs. I don't know why that one came to mind. Construction workers, like me, going up and down ladders and stuff. Just so many different scenarios where, you may have to climb flights of stairs daily. The first time you do that, your legs may be sore, but you give it 2 months and you don't even think about the stairs. It's nothing. Your body adapts to it. And so with that being said, if I got to climb up two or three flights of stairs every day to get to my, my little brother's ready to go pick him up from work. But anyways, I'm off track now. The body adapts, and if I have to walk up 3 flights of stairs to get to my room, it's okay in that scenario. But if I go to the gym and climb on the Stairmaster for 15 minutes every day, that's going to kill my progress. You won't recover. But if it's a necessary demand of me, then it's okay. I struggle to see, how those two things line up. This was kind of a quick breakdown. I could probably go into some of these things a little deeper. If any of you guys, have any questions or want me to break something down in the comments, feel free to ask. If I need to, I'll try to make another video breaking certain things down. But I have 3 hard, heavy training sessions through the week. Squat wise, try to squat heavy 3 times a week, and out of a 7-day week, that's going to leave you 4 days of light recovery days. By light recovery days, I may squat with the bar for 10 minutes, and then I'll throw on a plate and do anywhere from 5 reps to 20. It depends how well I'm recovered. But 5 reps with 135 is not going to damage me enough that I'm not recovered for the next training session. It's, if that little bit of physical output was hindering our progress in the gym, then it'd be hard, very, very hard to live a daily functional life. So with that being said, I'm going to go pick up my brother, and then I'm going to come out here and hit a workout for tonight. I'm not going to record another clip of me squatting. I'm just going to try to get into bed afterwards. So I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow. Any questions, feel free to ask, And as always, I appreciate you watching.